thoughts of taking him back to sitting in his bedroom, not able to face the graduation party going on downstairs. His father bolts in and sings, then his mother, then his aunt, in what finally will become a quartet. First his father. Ben, while I'm calm and controlled, would you just run that by me again, Ben? Okay, I simply can't go down there and have those people ask me, what are you doing with your life, when I haven't the least goddamn notion. But these are our friends, Ben, concerned with your welfare. Holy Christ, take a look at these presents. I have the feeling I'm adrift, and I've got a knot I'm so damn miffed. His mother rushes in. Why isn't he downstairs yet? He's adrift. Well, could he drop anchor long enough to say hello to some of our dearest friends? This whole thing's for you, Ben. There are things we have to do, Ben. There are certain obligations, though we know you are uncomfortable in social situations. Spare our nerves, Ben. We're running low on our nerves, Ben. You see, to us, this is a milestone, not a meaningless convention, but until you have a child, you can't have any comprehension. So be nice, Ben. We're so low on ice, Ben. I can't go down there. Please don't make me go down there. I can't go through it all again. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna be? Christ, I will drown down there. My father was a bricklayer, Ben, struggling to survive, Ben. If he could see that cap and gown, if he was just alive, Ben. Sorry, forgive me, sorry. Today's made him emotional. I caught him crying twice. Did you say we're out of ice? There are things we have to do, Ben. There are certain obligations, though we know you are uncomfortable in social situations. You're a son, Ben, and we've got only one, Ben. Now, you know it's not our habit to be pressuring and harassing, but have you any concept of how dreadfully embarrassing this is, Ben? You've got us both on the skids, Ben. And Harriet rushes in. Sorry, but I can't wait another minute to congratulate my genius nephew. The genius won't go downstairs. He can't face it. Do you know you're out of ice? We know. But you've got to go down, Ben. The party's for you. There are things you have to do, Ben. There are certain obligations, though we know you are uncomfortable in social situations. There's no choice, Ben. Just no choice.
Ben is ready to crack under the pressure of what his parents and the world expect of him. Hey, will you please let up on me? Let up on me. The game is for real now and I'm going hitless. It's my turn to bat and I'm scared half shitless. Spooked by my own self-doubt. Just one more strike and I'm out. There's the sky I've always had my eye on it. There were times my heart could just get high on it. Now a voice keeps singing loud and clear. It's all out there somewhere, but can you get there from here? There may be strings, but life's good things are everywhere. Good things everywhere. And if not you, just tell me who deserves a share. You deserve a share. But somehow I can't get myself in gear. Just can't get it in gear. And a voice in my ear says you can't get there from here. So I'll just sit here. Hell, I'm allowed. If the sun doesn't want me, I'll live in a cloud. back of my butt in a comfortable rut, just taking up space. If from the beginning there's no chance of winning, then why run the race? I'm the one we're set to take off like a jet. How come I'm not even on the runway yet? Time to climb that silver stratosphere. It's all out there somewhere, out there somewhere, out there somewhere, but can I get there from here? I find myself in room after room, searching every shelf. I don't know what I'm looking for, then find I'm looking for myself. I'm the one we're set to take off like a jet. Take off like a jet. How come I'm not even on the runway yet? Time to climb that silver stratosphere. I shoot for the sky and just find myself stuck in midair. From aiming too high, you can finally go blind from the glare. It's all out there somewhere, out there somewhere, out there somewhere, but can I get there from here?
In the hotel lobby, Ben is nervous about checking in with Mrs. Robinson. He sings, "You know what I'm wondering? No, what are you wondering? For this time, should we go upstairs or just go to a movie? There isn't a movie that I want to see. Well, either way's actually okay with me. Are you sure? Sure, I'm sure. Okay, then okay. Are you embarrassed about asking for a room? A little. There's really nothing to it. Then would you do it? No, I wouldn't do it. Don't worry, I will. Go ahead then." Ben gets up, takes a few steps, then turns back. I should use another name, shouldn't I? Doesn't matter. I'll use Gladstone. Gladstone's as good as any. Takes a few steps, turns back. "You know what I'm wondering? No, what are you wondering? I'm wondering if Gladstone's a little too close to Braddock. It doesn't matter a goddamn bit. I promise you nobody gives a shit if it's Braddock or Gladstone. Then Gladstone's it."
Ben is finally alone in a hotel room with Mrs. Robinson, but frozen with apprehension at the prospect of an affair with his father's partner's wife. Mrs. Robinson attempts to enlighten.
You'll always find an older woman less inclined to be misleading or deceptive. You'll know precisely where you stand and just exactly what you can anticipate. And then because of that maturity, she's naturally more yielding and receptive.
Well, Mrs. Robinson, you make it sound just great. And when you put it like you put it, Mrs. Robinson, it makes a lot of sense. It really makes a lot of sense.
You understand?
I understand.
You see, it's one of life's most natural events. And every boy should sometime love an older woman. It is a love a young girl can't approximate. Yes, every boy should one time love Why wait?
Yes, every boy should sometime love an older woman. A slice of life a young man wouldn't want to miss. Yes, every boy should one time love an older woman.
Like this. Just keep rubbing my neck. Very nice. In fact, very, very nice. Now please forgive me for inferring the advantages involved are all one-sided. Because you realize that premise would be utterly fallacious to assume. For an affair to be rewarding, the enjoyment must be equally divided.
I guess especially when she just paid for the room. You know, I love the way you put things, Mrs. Robinson. You make things crystal clear. You really make things crystal clear.
And you agree with what you've heard.
I go along with every word.
Then just come here.
'Cause every boy should sometime love an older woman. A golden moment he can cherish all his life. Yes, every boy should one time love an older woman.
What's wrong? Why did you stop?
My fingers just cramped on me. It started when I was rubbing your neck. Wow, damn. That's better. Okay now, ready to go back to work.
Back to work? Do you have to make it sound like you're driving a damn bus?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. My fault. I'm a little uptight. Suddenly I have this strange goddamn feeling that I'll end up loathing myself.
I'm sorry.
Christ, I am sure insecure for a woman who's lived as much life as I've lived. You should have seen this body at 20, this body made strong men weak. Here I am standing and selling myself as an early American antique. Why shouldn't you want someone younger, all brand new and fresh? I'm ashamed of the pressure I've laid on you.
But every boy should sometime love an older woman. It is a love a young girl can't approximate. Yes, every boy should sometime love an older woman.
Now, are you really sure?
I'm really sure.
You're really ready?
Really ready.
Look, you think, don't chicken out now.
I get going right about now. The orchestra surges as they start tearing their clothes off. Okay, folks, hold on to your hats. The event the world has been waiting for.
Because of the nature of the following program,
Parental discretion is advised.
passengers will kindly buckle their seatbelts.
And refrain from smoking.
Okay, kid. Let's see how many times 20 goes into 40.
With summer in full bloom, Ben and Mrs. Robinson have their first affair. Ben sings his thoughts, she sings hers. The chorus joins them in praise of summer and love. Summer is full of the sweetest surprises. And what if there should be a storm? The
Lovers can stay warm. Love can keep you warm. To find your heart bursting is far from the worst thing. So go with the flow, go along. How can you go wrong? How can you go wrong? The winter has chosen to keep new dreams frozen. Just know as you shiver it through that summer waits caring, already preparing the sweetest surprises for you. Just know as you shiver it through that summer waits caring, already preparing the sweetest surprises for you. Winter has a need for getting our attention.
Howling, blowing, snowing, causing great dissension.
So we lock our hearts, afraid that we might let the cold in. Summer has a way of melting our defenses
And anticipating warmer consequences.
Outlooks turn to silver, expectations soft and golden.
Just know as you shiver it through
That summer waits caring, already preparing the sweetest surprises for you.
Ben spends the entire summer trysting with Mrs. Robinson. At one point, in a talk with Mr. Robinson, he experiences an understanding and empathy he doesn't get from his own father. In room 518 at the Taft, he faces Mrs. Robinson, riddled with guilt. I've decided I don't want to go to bed with you anymore. I had a long talk with Mr. Robinson. He's a terrific guy.
Did I ever say he wasn't?
Then what are you doing here?
Cheating on a terrific guy. That's usually who gets cheated on, isn't it?
Well, how do you feel about that?
Look, Ed has a few little things going for him, too, you know.
You mean you both cheat on each other? I'd never live that way.
How do you know? You've never even been married, let alone to the same person for 22 years.
I don't understand why you two stay married. Why you even stay together.
Who the hell are you to make such grand announcements? Tell me, who the hell are you to stand there and to make profound pronouncements like you do? Who the hell are you? Communication. Come on. Marriage. Really? You won't understand this, but half the damn world lives like we do. First, we stayed together for love. Then we stayed together for Elaine. And by this time, we're just used to staying together. If you like, call it habit. But I like knowing exactly where I'm going to be tomorrow. Surprises are for kids. I don't deny that we scrap and squabble like hell, but the bottom line is we're together. Sometimes better, sometimes worse, but together. I'd rather have things as they are, as much as I'm dissatisfied, than sitting at a happy hour and contemplating suicide. To meet a man and have to pray he isn't married or gay. No way, no way. I love my husband, I do sincerely. All of my needs are met and our roles are defined quite clearly. But I do miss some things that I've known, feeling love down as deep as the bone. 'Cause if we love at all, it is just to a small degree. Even our anger has lost its fire, 'cause we've run rather low on the passion good fights require. But I've learned to take things as they come. After all, I have much more than some. If I'm basically numb, I am numb to a small degree. Still there is security and sometimes even empathy and comfort there. And would I have stayed this long if things were all that wrong? If there was nothing there, I guess enough is there. Besides, it's rough out there.
Before it gets too late, I'll get dressed and go. It's better we don't leave together anyway.
Right.
I'll never forget 518 at the Taft.
Neither will I.
Don't use this room with anyone else, will you?
You'd better go home.
Please, damn you.
Of course not.
He leaves. She's alone on the stage.
But if life should hack him up, he knows who's there to back him up when chips are down. And I'm right there beside him, so don't ever dare to ride him or to put him down. No, not a peep from you. That's just for me to do. And though I'm tempted by things forbidden, I will frankly admit I can still feel a bit guilt-ridden. I keep telling myself, 'cause I must, that there still remains one shred of trust. Though like everything else, it is just to a small degree.
Ben, after an evening of threats by Mrs. Robinson, finds himself magically, hopelessly in love with her daughter, Elaine. Elaine shares all these feelings. Here we are, from out thin air. Here we are, but who knows where? Thrown together, tossed around, but take a look at what we found, and
Just don't ask life to make sense. Don't ask life to make sense. We just must take what life presents and never ask for sense. If life has continuity, it never has come through to me. The what, the where, the secret of, the why we love, the ones we love, though the unlikeliest events occur to us, we still must never ask life to make sense, because it never will. Just stuck dead center, directionless, spinning my wheels, going nowhere, without a damned reason, not one damned reason to even wake up in the morning. Why was I stupid? It's crystal clear now. All I gotta do is look at you. Here now, all I needed was someone to make me wanna do all the things I know now I'm gonna do. If life has continuity, it never has come through to me. The what, the where, the secret of, the why we love, the ones we love, though the unlikeliest events occur to us, we still must never ask life to make sense, because it never will. All our lives we will remind ourselves, getting lost so we can find ourselves. Makes no sense, makes no sense, makes no sense.
Mrs. Robinson realizes her affair with Ben is over. She's hurt, even bitter, but philosophical. What else is there to do in times like these but call on a philosophy to calm anxieties? As for a philosophy, I always choose booze. Still, what did I expect when it was doomed right from the start? How could it miss? It had to come to this. I'll be philosophical. At least it calms the beast. It had to come to this. Where else could it have gone? What else could be expected? Though questions lingered on, the answers were rejected. And what a shame, what little love we had just had to come to this. There are some things I'll miss. The world takes on a shine that blinds all understanding. The flight was just divine, but oh, how rough the landing. Still,
Still as it all unwinds, it finds me sad. It had to come to this. Maybe one day I will possibly view the whole thing philosophically, but for now it's nearly killing me, feeling torn up, battered, bruised, devastated, frustrated, and abused. So chug up one more miss, but let us not keep score. Love's never less than thrilling. Just one more little war, just one more little killing. But there's no point in driving myself mad. It's just too bad it had to come to this. God, how I wish it just never had begun. But what can I do to ever undo what has been done? So chalk up one more miss, but let us not keep score. Love's never less than thrilling. Just one more little war, just one more little killing. But there's no point in driving myself mad. You think you'll simply walk away, but who are you kidding? You know damn well you're gonna pay. Although the price tag is hidden, I didn't quite know when or why, but knew as time went by that it would come to this.
Robinson is forced to admit her affair with Ben to her husband. The news has him weeping uncontrollably in her arms. She's forced to mother him, soothe his wounded ego. We get the feeling she would have respected him more if instead of tears, she'd gotten a belt in the mouth. Nevertheless, she soothes.
Poor baby, to think that your own baby has been in somebody's bed. Poor image,
marry the boy at Cornell. Mrs. Robinson, secure in the feeling that Ben is resigned to the fact, benefits him with the wisdom of her years. She says, I know you'll understand this, Ben, because you're exceptionally bright. Our situation notwithstanding, some things in life are simple arithmetic. Girls today want things, and want things instantly. And while you would be finding your way, the passion you and Elaine feel for each other would very probably just fly away. Find yourself first, Ben, and when you do, there'll be many other Elaines. She exits, leaves Ben to digest what she said. He sings. Well, Mrs. Robinson, thanks for your suggestion. I'd be very wise to follow it. But hell, Mrs. Robinson, it isn't going down. It's just impossible to swallow it, 'cause you, who are cynical and through, could never know how to. Want somebody just so goddamn bad you can't subtract and add, Mrs. Robinson. But you can really turn it on when you decide to turn it on, you know, Mrs. Robinson. I'm slowly getting mad again because I'm being had again, and as I review your attitude, I am more and more convinced you're being shrewd, Mrs. Robinson. I'm not subdued, Mrs. Robinson. I'm not being screwed, Mrs. Robinson. Not again. Elaine, oh my Elaine. You will marry no one else but me, Elaine. Will you take Ben Braddock to be your lawful wedded husband in sickness and in health, till death do you part? And do you, Ben Braddock, as you journey through this life, take Mrs. Robinson to be your wife? Oh God, what a slip, what a Freudian slip. Oh God, what a slip of the lip. You know, Mrs. Robinson, the powerful and rich think that they can kick the world around. No, Mrs. Robinson, this time you will find out you can't kick around us little people, 'cause you are gonna be defied. I'm not gonna be denied. And I hope you know that in this battle, God is on my side, Mrs. Robinson. That I know, Mrs. Robinson. And so, Mrs. Robinson. At this point, Ben crashes into the church. But too late. Elaine is already married. Ben yells, "Give the ring back, Elaine." It's too late, Ben. I said give the ring back. Look, folks, I know this is unusual as far as weddings go. I mean, for someone to ask a woman to leave her husband quite this soon after the ceremony. But would it be better for her to realize her mistake after 5, 10, even 20 years of living a half-dead, bored, stiff, frustrated existence? Like half the damn world, right, Mrs. Robinson? Now, I can well understand you not wanting me in the family, but if closeness counts for anything, we have an extraordinary chance of being a tight family unit. After all, you could have a son-in-law for 100 years and never get to know him as well as you know me. Get over to the door, Elaine. Elaine follows his orders. Mrs. Robinson crumbles into her husband's arms. Mr. Robinson yells, "Look what you've done to her, you goddamn lunatic. She's collapsed from grief." Rubberneck, Mr. Robinson. That'll bring her around. The curtain falls on Ben and Elaine rushing out of the church.